What would you do if everything you believed about your life suddenly changed? If the story you thought was yours turned out to be only a small part of a much bigger picture? The film opens by introducing us to Mavi, a young woman living a quiet and structured life. She's practical, grounded, and someone who prefers stability over unpredictability. Her days follow a comfortable routine, and while nothing feels particularly wrong, there's an underlying sense that something in her life is incomplete, a feeling she can't quite explain. Mavi's personality is shaped by independence. She's learned to rely on herself, to plan carefully, and to avoid unnecessary risks. Her relationships reflect this too. She keeps a close circle and values emotional safety, especially in her romantic life, where comfort often outweighs excitement. Everything changes when she stumbles upon information that challenges the foundation of her identity. What begins as a simple discovery slowly unfolds into a revelation. Her biological roots connect her to a powerful and incredibly wealthy Turkish family she never knew existed. At first, Mavi reacts with disbelief. The idea feels distant, almost unreal, as though it belongs in someone else's story rather than her own. But as more details emerge, curiosity begins to replace skepticism. Questions she never thought to ask suddenly demand answers. Eventually, she decides to meet this family, a choice that marks the true turning point of the story. When Mavi enters their world, the contrast is immediate. The environment is filled with elegance, tradition, and an unspoken sense of expectation. Everything from the way people speak to the way they carry themselves reflects a lifestyle far removed from the simplicity she's used to. Her new relatives welcome her warmly, yet beneath their kindness lies a quiet anticipation. To them, Mavi isn't just a guest. She's part of their legacy, someone whose presence fills a space that has long been empty. For Mavi, this is both comforting and overwhelming. She feels a sense of belonging she's never experienced before, but it comes with the weight of unfamiliar customs and subtle pressures. Every interaction reminds her that this world operates by rules she doesn't fully understand. As she spends more time with them, Mavi begins to see the complexity behind the glamour. Wealth brings opportunity, but it also brings responsibility. Expectations are woven into daily life, shaping decisions and defining roles. Meanwhile, her life back home begins to shift. The distance created by her new reality slowly affects her relationship. Conversations become more strained, not because of conflict, but because of uncertainty. Mavi is changing, and the life she once fit into so easily no longer feels as simple. She finds herself caught between two versions of herself. The woman shaped by her upbringing, and the person she might become if she embraces this new identity. Neither feels entirely right or entirely wrong, and that's what makes the choice so difficult. The film spends time exploring this internal struggle, allowing us to see how Mavi processes the emotional weight of her discovery. She reflects on what identity truly means. Is it defined by where you come from, or by the choices you make? Is belonging something you inherit, or something you create? Through her experiences, she begins to realize that both worlds offer something valuable. Her past represents authenticity and emotional grounding, while her newfound heritage offers connection and possibility. The challenge lies in reconciling the two without losing herself in the process. As the story builds toward its emotional peak, the pressure to decide becomes unavoidable. Mavi can't remain suspended between two lives forever. She must confront what she truly wants, not what others expect of her. The climax centers on this moment of clarity. Instead of making a decision based on fear or obligation, Mavi finally listens to her own voice. She understands that identity isn't about choosing one side and rejecting the other. It's about defining who she is on her own terms. In the resolution, we see a calmer, more confident version of Mavi. She hasn't abandoned her past, nor has she fully surrendered to the expectations of her new world. Instead, she's created a path that reflects both, a balance that feels honest and self-determined. The film closes on a note of growth rather than finality. Mavi's journey isn't about finding a perfect answer, but about gaining the courage to live with uncertainty while staying true to herself. Her story reminds us that life rarely offers simple choices. Sometimes the most meaningful decisions aren't about where you belong, but about who you decide to be. And that's the story, a journey of identity, family, and the quiet bravery it takes to redefine yourself when everything you thought was certain suddenly changes.